By now, all of you have heard what happened in London.
It's gonna be fun.
So please welcome Alex Kurtzman, Brian Burke, Bob Wortsey, Damon Lindelof, Simon Pegg, Carl Urban, Alice Eve, Zoe Saldana, Zachary Quinto, Benedict Cumberbatch, Chris Pine, and director J.J. Abrams.
We were fortunate to have a good reaction on the last film, and we knew we didn't want to just go make a sequel for the sake of making sequels.
There were a lot of challenges in terms of the production, but the biggest challenge I think day to day was the tone, was balancing the epic scale, the action, the set pieces with the intimacy, the comedy, the emotion.
The biggest challenge was honoring the Trek that came before, but at the same time making it completely and totally accessible.
In the second movie, we could do anything we wanted, and that was terrifying and horrible. Freedom is challenging, freedom is scary, freedom is your responsibility.
And we wanted to make sure that we were tracking the clear evolution of these characters.
To come into this and to not repeat ourselves, to deliver something that was bigger, better, more dynamic.
I suppose my biggest challenge was keeping up with JJ, whose mind moves at warp speed.
As the oldest member of the crew, the challenge for me was remembering to take my arthritis medicine in the morning.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I only know what I can do.
When I auditioned for JJ, it was such a comfortable room and it was so much fun. And I thought, if the audition can be this much fun, I can't imagine what actually making the thing is going to be like.
I met with JJ, and JJ asked me, he said, "Do you have any questions?" And I said, "Yeah, what's the story?" He goes, "I can't tell you." I said, "Well, I guess I've got no questions." So I walked out of our initial meeting thinking, well, that was fun.
I felt so happy and humbled, and I thought, well, then I must have booked the part. And I gained so much respect, and I'm utterly excited and blessed to be here with everybody.
I'd landed on a flight from New York, and I opened my phone, and the first email that popped up was from JJ, and it just said, "Do you want to play Scotty?" To be honest, I was a little bit like, oh, what do I say? I can't just say yes. It feels like we should have some romance, you know, some kind of, there should be some sort of, can I be on tape or something? Or maybe we could go out for dinner and have a movie, and then I might say yes. You never know.
Ours was a little bit more romantic.
Would have loved to have kept my script, and then I found out on the last day of shooting we actually had to give our script back.
We would also cut up every pair of ears that I wore. In the second movie, I asked politely and kindly if I could preserve a couple for my own. In particular, one pair that I wore during the fight scene that we had on the trash barge, which is speckled with green blood.
I smuggled back the entire Enterprise piece by piece and rebuilt it in my garden. Every prop is like a wonderful toy. This one, I stole my badge. Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? Huh? Scotty's just kind of like a fiercely intelligent mechanic, and I think if he was in a perfect world, he'd just tinker with the warp core all day. So when things go crazy, he always reacts like, what the f? You know, he's kind of always shocked and amazed by everything.
It was announced that I was going to play Spock, which was maybe another month and a half or 2 months later, and that's the first time that I met Leonard Nimoy. And then I fired my first tutor in favor of the second, who has subsequently become someone who's enormously important in my life.
Working with Benedict, frankly, exceeded all expectations, and I think that everyone sort of felt on the set there was a kind of, everyone sort of, I think, stood a little bit taller.
I am better. At what? Everything.
It was such a sort of whirlwind for me that it was just one sort of ball of excitement from beginning to end. It's just such a rich experience to be in his hands and storyteller's hands, where you're taken on a journey of high emotion, comedy, adventure, romance, and comedy, and then back through all that again. I mean, it's I knew it would be a riot, so I was well over the moon.
But I was very intrigued by the idea of creating a version of Star Trek that would appeal to me and people who were fans of adventure and fans of movies. Just was among the most fun, you know, professional experiences ever.